Welcome to ShadowMeTarot. We have an unboxing today. This one is from Etsy. It is a success deck. And that's all I remember. It's a success deck from Etsy that I recently received and haven't had a chance to. I really find that they get busier during the holidays. What is that about? Let's see. Well, maybe we can find some success to get us through. Okay, so these are success cards at www.success.cards. 101 prompts to plan, manage, and grow your business. Yeah, I'm super excited about this deck, to be honest with you. Being the entrepreneur that I am, I want to see what these are about. Let's see how it can complement what I'm already doing. These very much look like life purpose, like the Doreen Virtue life purpose cards. All right. Oh, let's see what it says on the back here. Enjoy as these cards playfully prompt you to ask the right profound questions for every angle of your potential or existing business. Prepare for a flood of ideas, optimizations, and creativity to assist you in however you define success. All right. All right. Oh my God, the whole book is, the whole thing is a book. Oh, this is neat. Okay, greetings, creator. Instruction for use. None. There is no right way to enjoy these cards. Use them for daily meditation, guidance as you blaze a new venture, gleaning wisdom on a specific topic, or with a brainstorming group, you can even invent your own application. Definitions of technical terms can be found on www.success.cards. There you can also access a community of like-minded entrepreneurs or newsletters with more hand-picked learnings and deep dives on individual cards. Set your intention, attune your systems, and unleash the magic that unfolds. Wishing you the utmost success, John Uke, U-K-E. And he's at success.cards. So no .com, it's just www.success.cards. And then it has like a legend of the different things. I don't know if you can... Oh, here we go. All right, so this is the legend, and you can see like the little thing to the left of it. You know, you see there's a symbol for philosophy, research. Marketing is like a little bullhorn. Money, sales, product, finance, people, operations, and legal. So that's kind of cool that you have that kind of little key to kind of define the cards. The very first thing that I saw was this here. And it also has the little, well, it's basically, this is basically, yeah, a table of contents. But it gives you the little symbol that they're working on here too. I need to zoom in. This is just all cards. I'm confused not having the book, right? Having the book as a card. I'm like, But this would be nice to just kind of putting this up here, you know, like on my desk somewhere and being able to set it up and kind of just see. But it has a list. It looks like it says the new business playbook. And it just goes through a list of all the different cards and what each of them, you know, each of the symbols are. So success has got this flower thing, meaning philosophy. So success is a philosophy. Market research is under research. Problem statement is under marketing. Customer interviews is under research. Naming is under product. Surveys is under research. Ooh, it's going to take a minute. Feasibility analysis. Bootstrapping is under finance. Commitment, business registration, your story, the elevator pitch. Okay, so this is excellent. I already kind of like love this a lot. I really do. I don't know. There's 100 cards here, 101 prompts. That's a lot of cards. I'm debating on whether or not I want to read every one. I mean, this is like reading an entire book. It looks like there's quotes on every single one. So I'm seeing here, number one is success. When you realize that something is important, really important, to the point where it's more important than you gain full control over your destiny. Dan Harmon, writer and comedian. Success is a loaded term. Look beyond cultural conditioning and expectations of your past self. The result you really want. And then underneath here, the prompts are: how do you define success? How do you want your life to be, and what impact do you want to have in the world? Does your business align with this vision? I think I'm just going to read the question. Number two, market research. Have you checked lately if your product exists elsewhere? If it doesn't, why hasn't it been done? Why haven't you heard of it? Or why have others failed? If it exists, what can you do better or different? Yeah, it's a big red flag if a product doesn't exist elsewhere. These are just a lot of education in the marketplace. Got to educate a lot of people on which your product is and why they need it. Okay, number three, problem statement. Who are you serving? Where are they? What is their problem? When do they have it and why? What assumptions do you have and how can you prove them? Number four, customer interviews. Who would be in a well-rounded group? Do they currently face this problem in their lives, and how do they usually solve it? What do they think about your solution? Would they be willing to pay for it? How much? How frequently? And with which adjustments? I might have to do like an entrepreneur journaling prompt. Like daily poll or something like that. Naming. What is every word you can think of in association with your product or business? What are its defining attributes? What words do you associate with those words? What emerges when you try them together in different combinations? An expensive advice here. When you're naming your company, make sure it's easy to spell, intuitive to spell, and has one of your main keywords for what you do in it. That will immediately give you some online success if you use a website. But yeah, make sure that your website, at the very least, your URL is easy to spell. And also has keywords for your industry. Competitive ones to, hopefully. All right, surveys. What sort of information can you draw out of a survey? Selling points, interested demographics, new ideas. And they have like a little picture here with the surveys, putting it on a pedestal. And then I'm just going to kind of just do some of this. I don't think I'm going to do all of them. But I wanted to read this. It says, value is not determined by those who set the price. Value is determined by those who choose to pay it. That's very true. By Simon Sinek. Feasibility analysis. Do not become so attached to any one belief that you cannot see past it to another possibility, by Christopher Paolini. Will your solution actually sell? How can you tell? How many people desire it? Usually that's a good indicator. If people desire it, there's already somebody out there doing it. Which means that you can just do something that they're doing better or different. Bootstrapping. In order to get the most out of bootstrapping, you need to become an expert in scarce resource utilization. How can you control costs to extend your runway? Can you recruit friends, students, or novices to help for free? Can you keep your job or switch to part-time work? Is there an easier cash flow business you can do first until one is more stable? Commitment. What would your life look like with and without this business in both the best and worst case scenarios? What are your alternatives? How much are you willing to sacrifice? Ooh, that's a good one for me. That's such a good one for me. Okay, 10, business registration. The type of business entity you choose will depend on three primary factors: liability, taxation, and record keeping. That's by entrepreneur.com. Which legal structure options do you have, and which best fits your business model? There we go. Your story. Nothing sticks in your head better than a story. Stories can express the most complicated ideas in a digestible way. That is 100% true. That's by Sam Balters, Senior Marketing Manager at HubSpot. Kudos to the author of this for looking up current people. like HubSpot is huge. HubSpot is, what part of your story most relate to what you're bringing into the world and why? Yeah, HubSpot is an incredible resource if you're building a website in an online company. Elevator pitch. If you're going to err on the side of simplicity, assume that you have a very brief time to make an impression. That's by Steve Woodruff, Clarity Consulting. What are the main things people care to know about your business? Who can you practice pitching to and get good feedback from? This is awesome. 13, investment budget. A good financial plan is a roadmap that shows us exactly how the choices we make today will affect our future. That's by Alexa Von Tobel. What goal will de-risk your company enough to become self-sustainable or raise additional capital on better terms? 14, market legalities. 15, strategic planning. 16, co-founders. 17, investor deck. Can you access investor decks from successful companies similar to yours? This is not something that I even know about. So this is a great resource to go, okay, well, if I'm going to do a shuffle or reading, because this is how I use my cards. If I'm going to do a shuffle or reading and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I get my financing? And like business plan, investor deck, and something else kind of pops out, then it's like, oh, okay. So there you have it. 18, funding sources. 19, business relationships. Who are your current and potential business partners, customers, employees, and investors? Who can personally introduce you to others? Can you reuse an email deck or website to save time reaching out? Minimum viable product. What are the most important unproven assumptions of your business? Design. Have you proactively sought inspiration from other businesses? Early traction. What can you start doing now before your product is ready? 23, target market. Which group is most excited about your offering? Key messaging. I mean, this is brilliant. I think this is great. And if you're a person who can't read a book from start to finish and you just got to take it a page at a time and do one of these a day, or, you know, when they pop out of that's great. That is perfect. This is really all that you need to kind of keep you propelled and moving forward. Oh, this is actually a really, really good. This says key messaging. We will sell more if people make purchasing. We will sell more if we help people make purchasing decisions. Basically, I feel like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a regular card deck, but like there's an old card trick. I'm just going to do it with this Lenormand deck. But there's an old card trick where I can go, okay, pick a card, any card, right? And I want you to hand it to me and don't tell me what it is. And then I'll go, okay, and I'll tell you, oh, the first card you're going to pick is going to be like the mountains, right? Is the mountain. So you're going to pick the first card and it shoot. It's basically forcing you to choose. So basically I say, pick a card, any card, give it to me, don't look at it. So I look at it and I tell you your first card you're going to pick is going to be a mountain. And your next card that you're going to pick is going to be a fox. And the last card I'm going to pick, and it's going to be a garden, right? And then so you pull them over and I've literally forced you to pick the fox, the garden, or the moon and the garden. That's just how that trick works. So I kind of feel like key messaging for Jeff Bezos to say we sell more if we help people make purchasing decisions. They're constantly helping you narrow down your buying decisions so that it's easier for you to pull the trigger basically and open up your wallet. There is a psychology behind that. When I started my own company, I definitely modeled my checkout process and my product pages after what Amazon already researched. Anyways, okay, 25, brand style guide. Which brand archetype best represents your value proposition to your customers? Oh my God. And then you use like something like this deck here, like archetypes and branding. And you go, what brand archetype best represents your value proposition to your customers? Which archetype best represents your value proposition to your customers? So I'm just going to do this with the branding because I love that it poses a question and I have another deck that I can use to answer. And it says scientist. So for my own company, which is completely unrelated, it's in the health industry. So I think it's awesome that I pulled science because I don't know. Business is another passion of mine as well. And I think there's a lot to be said for overcoming your own insecurities, really truly knowing yourself, having faith in a higher power, using law of attraction to build the life that you want to have for yourself. And I really try to translate much of what I learned with my tarot cards into the business arena too, because I do like to have mutually beneficial partnerships. Long-term, mutually beneficial long-term partnerships. So anywho, I love it. 26 tagline. It's finger looking good by KFC. Your tagline supplements your business name. Between the two of them, people should know the industry you're in and the value you provide. What is the ultimate value your company provides, compressed into a single sentence, brand, or promise? What is a shorter tagline you can use, like less than 4 words? Is it consistent with your brand's voice? Logo. Logos are the graphic extension of the internal realities of a company. Who is smart and creative and can offer feedback on your ideas? What holes need to be filled between your company name and the tagline to communicate your value proposition? A/B testing. Which decisions are you facing that can be A/B tested? That's super important when you're dealing in an online environment. Testing what people like seeing. Then you have exit strategy. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. Ooh, that's by Earl Nightingale, radio speaker. I like that. You know, why are you building this? So you can walk away from it. When do you want to walk away? When I want to retire, when I can visit and travel the world. You know, at what point does that define that? So good financial advisor helps you, I think, with that. All right, so we've got acceleration programs. Missions and vision statements, monetization, distribution. I mean, these are really complex subjects. It's really, I love that it gives you a quote to kind of go after and kind of, hey, take a look at this. Just take a look at it. Pick up some keywords, see if this kind of distribution is you know, worthwhile for you, or this kind of monetization is worthwhile for you. Is my vision and mission statement, are they, you know, in alignment with one another? I don't know. I really like this deck. 34, business to business selling. What is your competition selling to your target? What is their decision-making process, time frame, and budget? How can you systemize and scale messaging and follow-ups? Partnerships. 36, accounting. The word accounting comes from accountability. If you are going to be rich, you need to be accountable for your money. And that's Robert Kiyosaki, businessman and author. Are your financial transactions easy to track yourself, or should you delegate? Financial statements. Delighting customers. Patents. 40s gamification. Add-ons. 42 copyright. 43 trademark. 44 website. 45 writing copy. Content generation. Competition for 46. 47 search engine optimization. That's huge. That's super important. And it takes years. It takes years. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you invest in. It's kind of like saving up for a down payment on a house and then paying off that house. Advertising, blogging, videos. Oh my God. Social media marketing, specials, events, personal brand. I mean, think of all, this is so much stuff. It's like, if you're like so stuck in your business and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't really feel like doing anything. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Where do I go now? This has got so many ideas of what to do. Personal branding here. We've got publicity, customer feedback, pricing. Humans are irrational. Product pricing strategy is just as much an art form as it is a science. The pricing decision may seem small, but its effect is huge. Know where you are competing on the price to quality scale, then experiment with price points and tactics to maximize profit. Examples include showing an expensive option next to a less expensive one, a lower monthly price instead of a yearly, bundling add-ons, and ending prices with 9. Selling is number 58. 59, reviews and testimonials. 60, recruiting. If I read every one of these, this deck would be 3-hour. This would be a 3-hour deck. 60 is recruiting. How can you make your job description stand out? Hiring. What do you need most right now? What's the personality, psychology of the person will best fit this role? How do they take in and respond to information? Employees. What sort of information can you draw out of a survey? Selling points, interested demographics, or new ideas? Independent contractors. Are there countries where cheaper labor you can outsource to? Advisors. What areas of your business are you weakest in? Who do you know of whose advice can fill these holes? Community. Customer service. Evangelists. What? All of your customers are partners in your mission. If your product or service is improving people's life, then you have evangelists in waiting. Mobilizing them can be the most cheap, powerful, and authentic way to grow your business. What are all the ways you can leverage your fans? Feedback, social media, follows, language localization, positive reviews, content moderation, contribution, telling their friends. How can you incentivize and inform them about the ways to help, especially after receiving a positive experience? How can you keep them engaged over time? 68. Analytics. In the end, you should only measure and look at the numbers that drive action, meaning, and data. Meaning the data tells you what you should do next. Alexander Penninger in Quintily. Data-driven decision-making isn't just a competitive advantage. With where the world is going, it's quickly becoming a necessity. Everywhere you look, from producing movies, games, and music, the hiring, firing, and retention of employees, everything is increasingly being run on data. Which decisions can be improved with data-backed insights? How and where can you implement feedback loops to collect that needed data? How can you supplement your data with industry reports, trends, and new studies? Employee happiness, team maximization, leadership, management, acquisition, working hours, location, relationship database, social responsibility, goal setting, information intake, risk mitigation, communication, systemization, word of mouth, negotiation, saying no, stillness, motivation, self-care, trend analysis, dreaming, cost-cutting, inspiration, enjoying work, terms of use and privacy policy, simplification, accessibility, overcoming obstacles, wisdom, internal operating principles, organizational structure, and pivoting. I will be using these in career readings very, very soon. I love this, and I'm going to share this as often as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these and do a deck interview like I normally do. But please let me know what you think of these as well. If you're also a business owner, let me know how a deck like this might help you, you know. I think it's brilliant. I think it is everything that you need to know to have a successful online business at minimum. And all businesses at this point should be online, even if you're a restaurant. All businesses should be online. The person who comes up first in the search engine is literally the first person to market, which means that you're the first person that they get to choose from. And people usually choose from the first 3 options at the top of the page. So if you're not there, you're not getting all of the business that's all the potential business for yourself or your business. Anyways, there you have it. I love this. This is literally a step-by-step on how to do your business, and you can do this stuff in any order. Although I would say website and search engine optimization in building that website is probably the #1 thing that you need to focus on, because search engine optimization is like, I don't know, your popularity credit score. So don't do anything to mess with it, and start your portfolio early, because it only grows and gains in weight the longer you participate. All right. I really, really like this, and I'm just going to continue. These are nice to shuffle. They're good, thick, like oracle size deck, oracle cards. I love this. This is really, really, really cool. I have a career deck that, I don't know, I have a career deck that I think was also very cool. That I might pair this with. Like, I have a life purpose one, and I have, where is it? I have a business tarot, and I have a career 1 and 2 by Maruk. X or X Maruk. Can't think for the life of me of where that is. Well, that's going to bother me. Now I'm going to have to find it. I see me doing some career readings. Definitely kind of coming up here. Career readings are coming. All right. Let's see how this deck interview goes. This is a very thick deck. I mean, you can tell that I'm really having to at least break up the amount of cards in order to, that I'm shuffling in order to really shuffle them. All right, I feel pretty good about that. What personality does this deck have? What is the personality of this deck? What personality do you have? What personality does this deck have? What personality does this deck have? What personality does this deck have? Okay, it is not pushing anything out. What personality does this deck have? What is your personality? Okay. It says internal operating principles is the personality. So I'm like, this is a super anal deck, and I love this because being a super artsy kind of person, I'm like, yes, this is gonna help. And pivoting. Okay, so I'm just going to read what the cards say. Internal operating principles to me is just kind of how the company runs, how smooth and efficiently operations kind of go down, and then pivoting from one topic to another, or pivoting from one decision to another, or pivoting from one process to another. So we'll see. Number 99 here, it says documentation is a love letter, or internal operating principles. Actually, let's zoom in here. There we go. So it says internal operating principles, documentation is a love letter that you write to yourself. Damien Conway, he's a computer scientist and author. Documenting processes ensures still waters, or will be your lifeboat in a stormy sea. Build a solid new employee onboarding experience. Improve common knowledge with an internal wiki. Document your company processes, including how to check, find, and update them. Document. Which implicit processes can be written out step by step to ensure they are always done correctly? Is your documentation easy to access and follow? Who is responsible for updates and when? Are you getting feedback? And then pivoting. Changing your mind should be something admirable, not embarrassing. That's by Mark Manson, Mindfuck Monday newsletter. In case of fire, pivot. If what you're doing fundamentally isn't working, or something tangential, I don't know. I always thought it was tangent. I can't say it at all. Forget it. Or something tangential. There we go. It could be working better than changing your strategy. Most successful companies pivoted at least once in their lifetime. Is your current strategy working, or is it time to give up on it? Are you thriving in your current environment? Where can you find better opportunities? Where else do you have unfair advantages you can carry over? How can you test before committing? So I feel like, it just, this is definitely something to help you document the journey and to move past obstacles and move in a new direction. If you're, how do you move around obstacles? That's basically what I see there. What is your strength? What is your strength? What is your strength? Oops, I can zoom out again. Sorry, guys. What is your strength? Okay, we got 2 again. Strategic planning. Strategic planning. Oh, we got 3 of them. So the strength is strategic planning, target market, and early traction. Let's see if zooming in on this helps at all. Oh, maybe. Okay, so here we go. Strategic planning. For every minute spent in organizing, on an hour is earned. That's by Benjamin Franklin. I agree with that. Speed is important, but also consider your finances and environmental factors like holidays and competition. Physically draw out on paper a timeline of all the things that need to happen, by when, and how long they take. To minimize your timeline, what should you prioritize and when? Who can you receive support from when the workload is high or you lack expertise? Next one, target market. It's hard to connect to everyone. A generic message doesn't appeal to anyone. That's by virtuallinda.com. Your target market has specific needs that will inform what kind of marketing content you should make, how to present it, and where. Go deep. It helps to imagine speaking to one specific person. Which group is most excited about your offering? Is there a gap in the target market for competition where you excel? What are the demographics and psychographics of this group? And then for the last strength here, it says early traction. Do things that don't scale. That's by Paul Graham, by Y Combinator. There are certainly things you can do while a product is being developed, or as a stepping stone to get to a more sustainable state. Often this is necessary and can give you early feedback. What can you start doing now before your product is ready? Can you start in a way that doesn't scale using manual labor or existing tools? How can you go above and beyond to spoil customers and leave a powerful first impression? Awesome. And then what do we have next? Zoom back out. I just think these are really important to read. And I think it's interesting, you know, there are pictures on here. There's like, you know, this rocket launching, this early traction. You know, we've got this, the target market. He's like, it's raccoons. That's who's talking to us. And then strategic planning. What's your foundation? What satisfies your people? What touches their hearts and souls? And what's on their minds? Are we solving their problems for the strategic planning? So the pivoting, just moving around obstacles, thinking outside of the box is really a lot of what I'm seeing here too. So I do feel like the pictures are really, I really do, yeah, and this, like, this internal operating principles, like it's like a lab here, and it's like, have we distilled down the process, is really kind of what I'm seeing in the images. This is an incredible deck. If you're a business owner, this is a must-have. If you have an online business, I don't care if you're into tarot or if you're an entrepreneur, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Okay, sorry. What's next? What are your weaknesses? Because you're such a strong one. You're so strong. What's your weakness? What is your weakness? What is your weakness? What is your weakness? What is your weakness? Oh, that's too much. Although the one that came out says gamification. Gamification techniques strive to leverage people's natural desires for competition, achievement, status, self-expression, altruism, and closure. Gabe Zickerman, gamification expert. You can utilize gamification to encourage desirable behaviors. The range is wide, from the McDonald's Monopoly scratch stickers to encourage buying, to online game grinding and leveling for status, to track meditation sessions for daily streaks. What are all the problem areas in your business? How can you creatively apply gamification to them? What's the minimum implementation you can test? I think that gamification, on some level, this is just basically, if this is answering the question, because the whole thing popped out and that's the only one that's up. The weakness is that it can't solve the problem areas in your business. You have to do that. And it can't test anything that you're doing in your business as well. How will you help me to grow? 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 Okay, here we go. How it's going to help me grow is with a relationship database. These days, many of us increasingly find that we can't keep track of all the people we know and new people we meet. Cognitive neurosciences said we should externalize information in order to clear the mind. That's by Daniel Levitin, The Organized Mind. Remember how good it felt when someone remembered a small detail about you? Enabling these moments is the little black book of contacts. In this increasingly interconnected, fast-paced world, the customer relationship management system is the new book, and it should be used for more than just customers. How do you remember details about your existing and potential business connections? Do you transcribe them from simple notes to a longer-term database? Do you review them before interactions? How can you systematically share relevant notes with your organization? Okay, then we move into when should I call on you for guidance? Every day, every work day. No, when should I call on you for guidance? 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 It does not like to be shuffled sideways. It likes to be shuffled long ways. And these are kind of like a matte finish. They're very nice cards. They're good, thick cardstock, which makes them so hard to shuffle. When should I call on you for guidance? When should I call on you for guidance? Okay, there's a boatload of cards here, so we're just going to read the bottom one. It says search. Oh, I need to call on you for search engine optimization. The best place to hide a dead body is in the second page of Google. That's from Brian Dean at Backlinko. Search engine rankings have gotten hard to hack. The main strategy now is the biggest and the best and most relevant, but there are still many useful optimizations you can make beyond registering on directories. Also consider app stores if relevant. Are you using tools to seek out popular niche search terms to include on your landing pages? Are you blogging about them, publishing guest articles with backlinks to your website? Have you optimized your text, images, mobile formatting, and submitted a sitemap to Google? Okay. Advertise. Okay. So, wow. I feel like you should call on this for when you're trying to reach customers. Because it says search engine optimization, advertising, your logo, what your goal setting is, and where are you going to, right? So all of this is like identifying who your customers are, how many of them you want to get, how does your logo and what your image and your messaging is, and how are you getting that message to them, and where are they? Like, yeah, that's great. When I want to learn about my customers, this is a great place to go. When I want to write for my customers or create content for my customers or find my customers or just kind of identify them a little bit more, this is brilliant. I love this. I love, 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 love this. Okay. So that's what I should call on you for guidance. What is the best way to work with you? So yeah, when I'm trying to reach new customers and find new customers, is what I should call on you for guidance. But what's the best way to work with you in business? What is the best way to work with you? This feels like a new love affair right here. Like, oh my God, you see me. I love this card deck. What is the best way to work with you? What is the best way to work with you? Whoa. Ooh, I feel like these two want to come out. And I never pull cards like that, so I'm taking these. What is the best way to work with you? Analytics. In the end, to me, analytics is what questions can you answer and where can you and can you put the numbers behind to get those answers? Where can you find the numbers to get those answers? So in the end, you should only measure and look at the numbers that drive action, meaning the data that tells you what you should do next. That's Alexander Penninger, Quintley. And we actually already read this, but it says data-driven decision-making isn't just a competitive advantage with where the world is going. It's quickly becoming a necessity. Everywhere you look, from producing movies, games, music, to the hiring, firing, and retention of employees, everything is increasingly being run on data. Which decisions can be improved with data-backed insights? How and where can you implement feedback loops to collect that needed data? How can you supplement your data with industry reports, trends, and new studies? And then we go to 41 add-ons. The probability of selling to a new prospect is 5 to 20%. The probability of selling to an existing customer is 60 to 70%, and that's marketing metrics. As it is more expensive to acquire a new customer than retain an existing one, consider all ways you can get more money per customer or sale of your existing product or service. How can you sell more to your customers? Expirations, updates, upgrades, subscriptions, upselling better products, cross-selling, complementary goods. What are other businesses doing. And where can you reach these customers? Inserts, emails, and apps, social media, other businesses. Where are the customers most likely to take your offers? And the last one was community. Wait a second. No, that was analytics, and then add-ons is when I am working with them. So just kind of ideas of other things that you can offer your customers. Analyzing maybe ways of getting the information that you need. I think that you need, it's just a matter of asking questions to get data back to insights. So that you can offer more add-ons or offer more to your customers. And then the next one was community. Would your customers be interested in community, and where could you host it? So are they interested in talking to each other? Like all of you guys, let me know. Are you interested in talking to each other? It may take some time, but we can start a community here on YouTube, and then we can move it on off-site onto like I don't know, membership thing, or like just a website that people can go to and I don't know, exchange ideas. But I think communities are good. I guess Facebook would be a good community, or I don't know, that's kind of old school. I guess I would need to do the market research on you guys. So yeah, I think even here in this setting, it's lovely to hear your guys' comments on what you think of the cards and the things that kind of resonate for you. So thinking about having a community for your business as well, and for your customers to share their experiences is probably a really good and helpful idea, particularly if you're looking for something new. And then market research, look before you leap. So before you jump into, I guess, creating a community for your customers, if all you're, selling are doorstops, maybe we don't need a community for doorstops. Unless it's like you're beefing with Office Depot doorstops, then that might be something entertaining. And maybe worth what you want to do. But I guess you got to research what content people are going to eat up about your content. Okay, so the last question is, what will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? I feel like we're going to be great friends. But you're daily. These have the same, if you have like an Angela Hartfield deck, like Whispers of Love, Whispers of the Ocean, Whispers of Lord Ganesha. What else does she have? Whispers, or the Gratitude Oracle, like Whispers of Gratitude. I don't know. They're all whispers, it seems like. These cards have that same kind of thickness. All right, but what will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? Whoa, here we go. Pricing. Ooh. So I feel something about value. So it's going to talk to me, I guess our relationship is going to be about pricing or money, finance here, and acquisition. Maybe talking me into having somebody buy my business. Okay. And co-founders. Interesting. I feel almost like a personal message there. That looks exciting. So I think I definitely think I think our relationship is going to be about creating new partnerships that are mutually equitable. I definitely feel like this deck can definitely be like a co-founder or a partner in steering the business. I love it. I think this is great. Being an entrepreneur, I'm like, whoo, this is so cool. I have a business tarot that I get pretty excited about this kind of stuff too. So, but please definitely let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and press the little bell so you know when I post new videos. But thank you again for watching. You have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day.